Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the virtual CMU Symposium on Artificial Intelligence and Social Good. Initially, we wanted to host this symposium event on campus with food served and everything, but due to the pandemic, we have to move this event online and everything goes virtual. However, on the good side, now we're able to have speakers and participants, not just from CMU, but all around the world. I know that some of you are from different time zones, and I really appreciate that you join us at this time. And we are very much looking forward to a great symposium. So this symposium is organized by me and my PhD student, Ryan. I'm an assistant professor here in CMU. And so initially, the reason we wanted to start this symposium initially is that we want to have a place for the people who are doing AI and social good research to know what each other is doing and also share some of the ongoing projects. And this is still the case, but fortunately, with this expansion of the program as it goes virtual, we were able to also invite people from different organizations, even non-academic institutions, including non-government agencies or even government agencies, to join us and to share their challenges in their operation, and so that we can connect people and look for potential collaboration opportunities in the future. And that's also why that we will have we designed the program to kind of try to enable that. And in the first day of the program, meaning today, after my opening talk, we will have several sessions of contributed talks and lightning talks. And also we will have 2 invited talks from Professor Carnegie and Professor George Chen from CMU. And at the end of the day, we will have this virtual happy hours. So if you find any people's talk interesting, you may reach out to them directly through the private messages in the chat box. Or you can just stay at the end of the event to hang out with others who are willing to share their thoughts. And in addition, you may notice that from 10:30 to 11:50, we will have the special lightning talks. So this is because, like, this semester we are having every semester at CMU we have this AI methods for social good class, and the students in this class are doing their course projects, and this session would be designated for the students to present their course projects. And also for this session, we would kindly ask all the audience to vote for the best 3 talks that you like, best 3 projects that you think, and we will and give the students who are winners the bonus points. So we really appreciate your feedback and encouragement for the students. So on the second day, tomorrow, we will have a half-day event, and including again 2 talk sessions and 2 invited talks from Professor Ronnie Rosenfeld and Professor Stephen Smith. Before we start the day, let me try to share with you some of my thoughts on what AI for social good or AI and social good. A lot of the work here are when we talk about AI for social good, we're usually saying that, well, we're trying to develop AI methods and tools so as to address problems at the society scale and to improve the well-being of the society. So what does it mean by the problems at the society scale? Well, there are many of them. For example, the UN Global Goals for Sustainable Development has listed out 17 goals that are crucial for the sustainable development for all the human beings, going from no poverty all the way to peace and justice and strong institutions. And of course, everyone has different definitions of AI for social good, as the definition for AI and the definition for social good are both somewhat vague, and there's no kind of consensus in the definition. But we do notice that many of the AI for social good projects have realized or potential positive social impacts and nonprofit nature. To list a few examples, we have seen projects that are trying to use computer vision techniques to identify skin cancer and to use satellite imageries to estimate the poverty level around the world, and to identify which animal it is from the pictures taken by the tourists, to manage programs, educational programs to raise awareness among HIV among the homeless youth, and also my own projects on designing anti-poaching patrol routes for the rangers. And many of them has already been piloted or deployed in the field. But still, since there is no consensus definition on AI for social good, some of the people would say, well, when we talk about AI for social good, we can talk about the application domains of how AI can be used. And these are a couple of application domains that we list out, and of course there may be more. But the reason why we list them out is that we want to see what is the trend in the work in AI for social good. We selected more than 1,000 papers from top AI conferences, including AAAI, ICHCAI, IAAI, KDD, AMOS, and COMPAS, and from the year of 2008 and 2019, and we want to analyze the trend of the research and also which areas becomes more popular. So now, or which topics has got more attention. So now the question for you is like, could you guess which application domain has received the most attention in the past 10 years? I'll hold for 3 seconds and we'll move to the next slide to show the answer. Okay, cool. So actually, as you can see here, a huge amount of work is on healthcare. And then after healthcare, we have also a work on transportation, environmental sustainability. And over the 10 years, the number of papers has increased significantly from like less than 10 papers all the way to just 80 papers for just one domain. And if you count all of them, there will be even more. And in addition to this application domains, of course, we're using AI techniques to address these challenges. Then, of course, there are many AI techniques being used. Well, when we talk about AI, many people may think of machine learning, but of course, AI is not just machine learning. And here we'll list out a number of subject areas from the major AI conferences. As you can see, machine learning, the number 13 is just one of them. And again, there are a lot of work that are these other techniques. So again, the question here is, can you guess which techniques has been used the most? Okay, so let's see what we found. Not surprisingly, machine learning, the red line, has significantly higher number of papers than any other domains. And among the rest, computer vision and natural language processing, the green and the gray lines, also have been used frequently in these different projects. And that doesn't mean that these are the only techniques that are useful. We can see that many other techniques are also used, and probably there's a lot more potential to make use of them in these different AI for social good applications. And well, now if we want to do this, if we want to show this, this two-dimensional graph with the application domains on the x-axis and the techniques on the y-axis, can you guess which cells would have the most number of papers? Okay, probably everyone has their answer already. And again, not surprisingly, machine learning for healthcare has received the most attention. And in addition, we can see that machine learning for transportation, machine learning for environmental sustainability, machine learning for public safety has also get a lot of interest. And we also see that some of the domains has been explored very little. So that means, again, we are hoping that maybe people would see there more opportunities in these underexplored areas or underexplored intersections. And these are just some of our observations from the past collection of papers. And we also try to summarize, like, how is AI technology actually used for social good? We proposed several ways of looking at this problem. One is to look at how what is the scope of the problem being studied. For example, some of the work are looking at the individual users level. Say we're trying to identify whether an individual person has skin cancer or not from the image taken from their skins. We say that this kind of work is actually focusing on the agent level. And also there are work focusing on the environmental level, where they're trying to treat users as a population and then try to identify something about this whole population. For example, the poverty estimation, where they treat the people in each country or in each region as a population and trying to estimate the overall poverty level. And some of the work are at the community level that really cares about the users' interactions. For example, about the educational program for spreading HIV-related information. Then in those cases, you need to pay attention to the social networks between the potential people, the homeless youth that you care about, and how bringing one person into the educational program could potentially impact others. And another way of looking at the problem is to look at the projects according to their functionality. Some of the projects are focusing on the descriptive analysis, trying to figure out what happened. And some of them are talking about predictive analysis, talking about what will happen, and also prescriptive analysis, saying what should we do.